Hey folks, it's me here. Hey folks, it's me here. I want to do a quick game review because I did a totally messed up recording last week's lecture on ladders you should know in Joseki. I ended up hideously overexposing it. So I figured I'd do a little quick video of a game review and give you a sense of what I look for when I go through and look at my students' games. I did a couple videos on how to review your games already, and I definitely think you should check those out. The most important thing to do is to review your game. So in this case, this is a student of mine who's 3Q on KGS, and his opponent here is 4Q. And I only looked through this game quickly, so I'll see what's happening here. He's white, and so I guess he's put these variations down. Let's look at what he has to say. He says, "I wasn't sure what to play here." Okay, well, it's a Chinese Fuseki, so it doesn't matter. You're fine. Any of these is fine. Don't sweat it. 1, 2, and 3 are all great. Okay, let's move along. This seems normal-ish. This is kind of good that you get this one. I mean, this is as much of a muchness between... when you have the big knights move, usually you want to enclose it this way, but this is also fine. There's still more Aji here later, but doesn't matter. Same diff. Okay, should I have blocked from the other side? So he blocked here. No. No, you shouldn't block from the other side. No, this is fine. So what happened? Let's see. Oh! Oh, you extended. Yes. Might be a good idea to double Hane here because you've got this stone here in support. Black is going to need to do something different. If he just does the usual here, right, this is a bad idea for Black because he needs another move here. He's either pressed low or... I don't know. Anyway, this is fine too. So far, I think this is looking good. This is normal for white. Nothing crazy yet. Okay, always lost at this side at the point in the game. Okay, but Black played here. This is probably a bad idea. Black almost certainly should jump out here. These stones are going to be very weak. And even if white gets a move like this, you know, this is still... Black has a big double wing formation. You can't be covetous here. Instead, by playing this, he's worried about forestalling white's development, but that's probably a bad idea. So I didn't know what else to do, so I tried to attack the C10 stones, although it didn't go so well. Didn't go well, huh? Oh, okay, so... Fun fact. Okay, so usually after a shoulder hit, there's two moves. You have this one and this one. And this one is usually one for attack, while this one is usually used to make a moyo. Something like, oops, like this would be used to make a moyo. So if you're trying to attack them, usually this one is easier because you have a placement here. You know, you've got it has more of an impact on their eye shape, whereas when you bounce here and they bulge through, they can usually either get out or make an eye after something like, whoops, like that. But in this case, maybe Black is worried that you'll do this. That seems like a bad idea. I mean, even if you get to do this as white, maybe we leave that one off. Like, Black is doing a little bit better here. This is... Okay, so Black plays here. So this is turning out okay for white. This, as an attack, is going great. Is there a better way to contain B here? I feel like I got lucky. Let's see. That might be better. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Yeah, that might be fine. This is also fine. This result, there is nothing wrong with this result. Oh, hey. Oh, Yeah, Black maybe can counterattack here. Even just descending is okay because white can't cut. And now white needs to sort of worry about his eyes here. So if white, you know, does something like this, Black jump to the corner, white goes here, you know, now white's the one who's kind of crushed. So this is a little timid. Bummer. Oh no. Probably shouldn't have responded to this. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty gote. Okay, so finding gote is one of those really important things to do when you go through and review your game. And if you find a place where you took gote, hey, you didn't take gote because you answered it. What? What? Well, it's pretty big in terms of territory, but if your opponent answers, then hey, pretty great. No, you had a weakness at F12. That would be here. F12. Oh. Should have invaded deeper. No, this is great. This is the right idea. I think that isolating the stone is good. Already white has definitely gotten the lead here. Anytime you're I think that all white has to do now is sort of reduce this, and should be a fairly straightforward game. Oh wow. Okay, so the knight's move here. Almost immediately as white I want to do this just because it's such a nice exchange for me. Maybe black will do something like that. Either way though, like this is much better, right? Get something like this going on. This is a forcing exchange, practically a gimme. Good to get on the board. Instead we jumped out. That's not wrong, but this is definitely a thing that white can aim at always. Okay, so we jump, they jump. See here again, like if we exchange this, now maybe I don't go up. Maybe now I go down because I'm not concerned about them getting this one. And this sweeps the base more. I don't know. Or actually, because I have this, maybe I go ahead and cap now, because I know that if he tries to attack me, for instance, I can do something like this, right? And now if he, you know, this now peeps at that knight's move, so he might have to hold himself to something else. Or maybe I make this exchange and then play here. Probably want to answer that before I do something. Yeah, he'd kind of have to do something. And either way, at this point now, I'm the one constricting him. Can I get away with this? I don't know. But this is such a tasty exchange to me. So, let's see. So they jumped, they jumped. This is great. When you get ahead like this and you get to make a move like this, that's always a good thing. Whoa, and they jumped again. Wow. Yeah, something like this almost becomes really hard for white to answer. If you can make them make their eyes under here, even, you know, something like this is fine too. You know, like make them suffer for being surrounded. That is definitely what should happen. Like, it should be painful for them now to make life inside, and you should end up with some thickness to then attack this isolated stone. And doing this now, they're gonna come back and peep on this one. Let's see, what's the comment? I thought this move was kind of clever, keeping everything connected while forcing against the corner. And in retrospect, the fact that I needed to play this was probably a bad sign. Yeah, maybe. This is a little thin, and in this case, they almost have more to fear than you do because again, oops, not that one. Not that one. Come on, get back here. Because this exchanges here means that this group on the top is not as weak as it looks, because you get to do this basically for free. And now you're almost alive. If not actually alive. So white can actually fight back against black's connection here pretty strongly. So I would want to see white pushing against this. And of course, this shoulder hit, you know, making territory with thickness is always kind of an anti-pattern. Always unfortunate. All right, so let's see. So what happened? So there, and we play here. Oh yeah. Oh wow. All right. So my eye kind of flies to this point here because it's got this nice me eye of this and this. And of course, black could cut us. But I think it would be dangerous for black too. Something like this were to happen. Is there still Aji in that corner? You bet your butt there is. White could place here still, so black maybe still wants another move. In fact, maybe the thing to do is to play here and then here and leave black with some trouble. If he has to do this, great, you're already happy. This... No, this is like suicidal for black. Don't do it, black, you have so much to live for. Tricky. Again, with this turn up here, you see how important it is that white maybe makes this exchange first. So hey, maybe we do it that way. Maybe we bounce over here, do that, then come pop, pop. Either way, I still feel sanguine about white's prospects. Looks good, looks tasty. Instead we did this. Oh no, and now all the Aji is gone. This is one of those Aji reducing moves. Definitely want to avoid playing it if you can. Even something like this is better, right? You can think about how you come through here. This is interesting. Keep the pressure up on this group. And of course, again, this exchange is always here. So I'm not saying this is good. I'm saying this is probably not so good because there's so much thinness up here. It seems like white should definitely be sure to get something. Ah, well. Oh, good. Now he does play this exchange. See how happy you are to have to make black make a move like this? Like, this is great. Like, when you play this, you should just feel optimistic about everything. Okay, so now after you make this exchange, again, I'm still kind of expecting to see white come after the thinness here and really go after the group as a whole. I don't think black can really fight back really strongly because he's in just as much trouble, and this white group is in a lot better shape than this black group. If there's a cut here, you don't care. Like, you will totally give up this to get this. No problem. So I want to see white go after the weak part. Although this is kind of also consistent with that. But I think it lets black patch his shape up maybe. Even just by pushing here. In this case, though, black plays here. All right. Let's see. You were pretty happy with this response, huh? Should have Haned instead of peeping the cut. Yes, of course you should Hane. Yes, of course. I don't know if this is... So this is my student sequence. Don't know about that. Let's see. If you cut white... Yeah, either of those seem okay. No, see here is, I would rather see white do this and this again, where we kind of want to force black to go after this group here, see? Again, keep the focus on the big part. Your connection will probably hold here too, so... Especially because if something like this, if black is doing this to try and attack this, then he's got to answer this, and then he's got to answer this, and now after this, well, it wouldn't do for him to give up on these two stones, so now all of a sudden black's the one who's being attacked. No problem. At some point, though, he should probably see that he's in danger and give up on that, in which case, now this looks like a good result for white, right? So, Anyway, so what did black do instead? Instead he peeped. And this is good. This is a good resistance here. And that's... Yeah, okay, you think B lets you off easy. If he pulls back, maybe. I mean, if he pulls back, I think that white... Again, I still want to aim at this group. Anyway. Yeah, I definitely still want to aim at this group. Even if I just come here and Hane. You know, like now is when I think you come probing in here, under here, see what there is to do. Jump out like this. This group doesn't have eyes. This group doesn't have eyes, and the white group is safe, right? There's nothing dangerous here for white. This is fine. I mean, no, this is fine. There is nothing here. Nothing. Instead, white played here. Focus on turning this into territory. Are you so far ahead? Maybe. This and this. Let's see. This cancels this. This. And this have to equal this, and this is only a couple. Yeah, maybe. That seems fine. I think white's still ahead. White has kept a big lead. This sequence went badly for you. Oh, I don't know. Seems like things are going fine. Here, I think if you just connect. Again, there's still thinness on this black group, right? So, Oh, wow. Yeah, if white gets these, it's just as much as he lost here, so if not more. So he's probably still okay. And now, yep, there's the point. Definitely cuts these guys off. Yep, desperate, and the game ends. Yeah, it looks like white just totally... This is good, staying solid here. Let's see. Tried playing farther away, figured I could keep B dead and contained, but I got close to losing a lot. There's no net or ladder. How should I have best dealt with the cut? It's a good question. Let's see. He tries 2. That's okay. He tries 3. This one's probably bad. He tries 4. This looks like it might be the best yet. But you still have some problems after this. Push. Turn. Either way, it looks a little more risky than I'd like it to be here. What about just this one? What about not playing Atari at all? Now if this and this, now you can figure out how far out you need to come. Oh, that's dangerous. You don't have any cuts up there. Maybe just this, and this is fine. We don't really want to care about that. We just need to keep things sort of viable. Anyway, let's see what happens. This seems fine too. It's hard for white to lose. Let's see. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So we're connected and alive here, and are we connected and alive here? That cut is no good. This cut, problematic. But they can just cut here. You're not quite. At least it's Sente. So you get these in exchange for losing these. I don't know. You got all of this, so you're so far ahead that maybe it's okay. But it'd be better if we didn't lose it at all. Let's see. What if we do this one? They cut. Then, oh, you know what? There's an even simpler way. how about if we do this? Oh, that was what was played. Okay, so they played this. If we just block and they cut us, then that's Sente. Actually, you probably want to do it. Oh, this is even easier. If they just cut, what's the matter with this, I wonder? What's the matter with this? Just here, here, just it's over. What are these guys gonna do? That's no problem at all. Yeah, just block. What's the threat? Just here, boom, boom, boom. If he tries, I guess you don't even care about a co. This is like, no, I really want to fight a co. You're like, no, I really, really don't want to fight a co. Let's see, 3 liberties to something. I don't know. This is not a co you should lose as white. Gotta go here, in which case now you've got a bunch of co threats and you get to cut the tail anyway. Play here. Play here. Connects. You should still be ahead. That would be bad, actually. No need to be greedy. Just take the stones off the board. Actually, first thing you do is force here first. But yeah, this seems like a much simpler way to do things. Where's the problem? Not seeing it. Oh! Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, don't take your liberties. At this point, come back and just win the capturing race. Right? You play here. There's nothing fancy for black to do. Nothing to worry about, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about, not even a co. Oh, is it snapback? No. Yeah, there's nothing here for black. This is fine. Wow, okay, so, but when we take our liberties off like this, he says black doesn't see the shortage of liberties. Well, this isn't. Well, what? Yeah, that looks like white is dead, my friend. White dies. I don't know if you're showing this as a success diagram, but this is not a success diagram. You think you were okay anyways? Nope, I don't think so. Yep. Alright, well, okay, so this is how this game turned out. So let's go back and see what we wanted to be sure we looked at. Let's see. Oh, that's funny when you go backwards, they all switch there. That's fascinating. Watch. See, they switch. So first was this one, the standard idea of, you know, these 2 standard ways to play against this 2-space extension on the 3rd line. This one for attack, this one for building a moyo. In this case, this isn't a great board to build a moyo, but turned out fine. So here's a case where we kind of dodged a bullet. We always need to be looking for the severe moves that the opponent can play as well. You know, I really don't do this whole talking into a microphone by myself. Okay, this one here, super important. This shape exchange is definitely one of the key things to know, to look for, and I think it makes this cap possible, because black's shape here is just not very good. It's a good question. And then once you do this here and they jump out, you know, doing something like this is definitely the right idea. Suddenly switching and doing something like this and forgetting to take your profit, you know, like I think if you did something like this and they ignored it to take this point, you would be thrilled to take this point. Like this here is just as big, if not bigger. Maybe you'd be thrilled to take this point. Less algae this way. Either way, point remains. Okay, so this is interesting. And then this part here where we talk again about ways in which their connection is weak, and you want to be looking for that, you know, looking for the ways that you can push back, particularly when their shape is thin. Having this stone here on the outside helps with all of these sequences as well. So that's another important thing to be looking at. Just doing something like this and this is probably not the right idea, because you'll end up inadvertently taking Gote. Now black has a chance to patch up whatever he's doing. Nope, that wouldn't. Yeah, if you do something like this here, you'd end up inadvertently just letting black fix his shape. Be very sad. I don't know. Black's really in trouble. I think he has to hope for something like this, but really, he really would like to patch his shape up. All right, so there's this one. Let's go back. This was a great Aji destroying position. There's definitely options here for white, and it would be really nice to see him use them. Instead, when you play something like this, boom, you completely settled black's shape. He's really happy to make that exchange. Let's see. This is all fine. Nothing really surprising here. Although, again, I still want to keep the focus on this unsettled group. When you make them have to settle, then you're going to be able to turn your attention here, and you're much more likely to turn this all into territory naturally. When you just play this territorial move, you know, and they get the chance to fix their shape and also make that territory. Cutting here also would be an idea. Clamping, with the idea that it's going to be hard for you to punch back. Anyway, so this turned out okay. This is fine. Let's see. He says black missed an opportunity here. Did he? You think by playing 2 here you catch the stone? What are you telling me, Harley? What are you telling me? This works? This doesn't work. Look, I have 3 liberties. I can push out now. If you play this, then I will play this and this, and you'll have to do this. Then I capture. And I am safe. So that doesn't quite work. Although it might be better to do that. Anyway, for black, he doesn't actually catch these stones. So not quite. Anyway, sorry. Distracted. Black missed an opportunity here. Maybe. Either way, when you get this, though, white, you're pretty happy. So, all right. So white kills this and this. Perfect bisection. Nice indication, you know, the cut here. You know, even if black had kept his group together, you know, these stones don't add any eyes to these stones, which is just an indication of how weak this whole group was. So, tough for black. This is good too. Reading that you don't need it all. And then here, yeah, so this is the last opportunity. You know, don't make it complicated if you don't have to. Something like this where you can just maximize your liberties and just capture the stones. Just do it. Just do it. No reason not to. Especially if you got the liberties. All right, so that's what I got to say. Hope you enjoyed watching the review. I'll try and get up another class at some point. Maybe I can salvage that other one. Take it easy. Bye.